if I can set something up. I'll be out there.
All right, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. It looks like we have a quorum here. Yay! Let me get my agenda out here. All right. All right, Commissioner Brown? Here. LaMonica Weir? Here. Viva? Luvar? Markovich?
Here.
Nassim? Here. Simon?
Here.
Walsh? Here. Zarnowicki?
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. And I guess I need your name.
Jonathan Robinson.
Are you recording us tonight
Yes.
for any particular organization or just personal?
Personal.
Personal? You're super interested in what we're talking about?
I'll hit it at the public comments here in a minute,
Okay,
since it's up close.
sounds good,
And
yeah,
I'll talk through it.
absolutely.
And you can
Let's-
ask me anything then, and we'll just do it.
Yeah, no problem. We're gonna, first order of business is approving the minutes from the January 8th meeting. Second. You move to approve the minutes? Second. Minutes box, are you writing down? Okay. Any discussion?
Just
All in favor?
number 6,
Oh, number 6, you do, sorry. Number
Yeah.
6, comment, number 6.
this is
Yes.
from Maureen about, I guess my question about wind power installation.
Yes.
And she makes a statement there that I don't either understand or agree with. So I don't know if it should be,
Is that what she, but is that what she said?
well, that's what it says, she said.
Right. You didn't think she said it that way?
Well, she didn't say it that way.
Okay.
No, this is your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
recording of
Yeah,
what
yeah.
she said?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she didn't say
She
that.
Okay,
I
thank
thought-
you.
No.
I agree. I thought she didn't know if it was technically allowed on residents.
No, all I asked was, I said, are there any restrictions or,
Right.
or, you know, ordinances
Right.
against wind farms? She goes, I don't know. And that's as far as it went. There was no, they are not technically allowed.
Oh, I thought she said there were no provisions, so technically they're not allowed.
That
That's
doesn't-
not, that's
that-
not what everybody heard.
Right, and that doesn't mean, just because there are no provisions doesn't mean it's not allowed, it just means there are no provisions.
There's no guidance, no.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but you're saying that that's what she said.
No, that's not what she said.
Are you saying that's an
She said there
incorrect
are no current
interpretation?
provisions for the wind power installations, but does that
Right.
translate into there are no technical?
I thought I heard her say that, but so people, are saying, she said there are no current provisions and we want to X off the rest of it.
Well, she said as far as she knows, there are no current provisions.
Right, okay.
Okay, she didn't look it up while we were sitting here and quote chapter and verse.
Okay, so you want to amend it to say,
Just the first part.
there are no current provisions, as far as she knows, there are no
Right.
current provisions for
Period.
wind power installations, period.
Period, yes,
Okay,
yes, please.
so, so we have a motion.
Oh, this was the last.
This
So-
was the last one you weren't here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I know, but it was the meeting before that she discussed it.
Oh, because we discussed it.
But these are the minutes from
No, these are
last
the
month.
minutes from January 8th.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And have, but I remember that because.
Okay, so she must have brought it up twice
It was
because,
a big question mark.
Yeah, okay.
okay,
So,
that's fine.
and now there's a motion to approve it,
Approved with that.
As amended.
as amended. Any other comments? Okay, so, all in favor of approving the January 8th meeting minutes as amended? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, next order of business is the public comment.
I'm Jonathan Robinson. I'm a Grange resident. I'm the resident directly adjacent to the 112 Burlington building. And so my adventure has been quite extensive lately. One of the initiatives I took up was to go before the planning board and propose for zoning provisions be replaced. The first one was to record the zoning plan meetings. Basically, having never been to a plan commission meeting, I had no clue what it was like, who it was, where it was, how it operated, or anything about it. There's no place online to figure out anything about it. Possibly you could read some meeting minutes or do something like that. And so it was very disadvantageous, not to understand what it is, where it is. I only had 30 days notice. I couldn't even go on to the previous one if I wanted to. And so just that was my initiative behind it, was so that someone could be informed as a resident and do it. In my research in trying to push forward with it, what we realized is when they bought the camera equipment for here, that was way back in November of 2024, the promise or the idea was that every meeting or event that happened in this would be recorded. And so I went ahead and picked up the initiative to say that needs to happen. They spent $45,000 on the equipment and it's sitting here unused. And so there's no need to do that. And basically, you guys are doing something here. You guys are accomplishing something. I honestly have no clue what your initiatives are, what you're doing, or where you're going. And it's the same to the public. And to have, an accessible, video of the meeting can change that extensively. It's also good for you. If you had a video of the meeting, somebody could go back and look at that comment very easily and fix that. And so it's also research. What did you guys talk about 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 3 years ago? And it's just a good record to have as well. And so my request has been to all of these committees that I'm making my rounds is to request that the chairperson who was ever in control of the agenda put on the agenda the request and move forward with creating a policy for the committee to record it, however that may be. At one point we were talking even live broadcasting these things. I had a conversation with the person that runs the equipment during the trustee meeting on Monday. Our viewership online is 2 to 4. So I don't think our subcommittees need to be live broadcasts, but to have it up, have a time frame that it will be up in the next day, 3 days, whatever it is, would be valuable. And again, it doesn't need to be the same production level of what they do for like a trustees meeting. It can be simply one camera angle, one view to accomplish what mostly needs to be accomplished. But creating that policy and moving forward with it, the staff has a draft policy for the Plan Commission. I would assume it'd be extremely similar to what you guys would use or need or could start with. And so just at the next meeting, putting that on the agenda, requesting the staff move forward with that is what I'm here for.
Sorry, I'm a communicator.
No.
I think that's brilliant.
And so-
Staff liaison is not here
Yep.
today, unfortunately, which is the first time I think ever.
Of
course.
So, but I will
Yeah,
put
and
everything down and discuss it
And basically I'm recording so that I have one. Basically I set up a YouTube channel, which is just Eyes on the Grange, that I've been dropping these on as I've gone through these so that there's an example sitting there. And basically I've been uploading these smaller meetings, and any of the ones I do attend, I intend to bring it. This is a $220 retail camera, so it's extremely expensive. It doesn't even actually have to be this equipment used to set this up. Somebody can put this on a tripod, hit record, hit stop at the end, and upload the video. It's very, very simple.
And where do you post them?
Right now they're on YouTube. The channel would be Eyes on LaGrange.
Eyes on LaGrange, but like for the, so LaGrange population is very Facebook oriented. Do you link into any of the
At the
LaGrange
moment, that's
Facebook?
all it is. And like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm not exactly sure how extensive I'm going to go. What I've run into is basically the village. There's 4 conglomerates that make up who records the trustees. They make up a small cable access group. And so there's 4 municipalities involved in it. And they have a year-long contract with that municipality, and that's that group, and that group provides the production. And so right now, to my understanding and knowledge, is the production, we would most likely, when you put it in effect, it won't come into effect until next year when they can renegotiate that deal. And the issue is that basically we bought a very nice camera system. The man told me that we have the nicest camera system out of the 4 of them. And essentially, if you go back there, it's a very nice system. Everything's pan, everything's tilt, everything's zoom. And so he has a great production. If you watch it, it's a very nice thing. He basically said the camera setup is set up to do live sports with animations. And so it's a very high-end product. And so having your staff liaison go back there and just try to hit record, it isn't that simple. And so most likely, unless you adopt or force them to adopt something simpler, it is going to be a year out. And so I have been debating whether I do go to these meetings and record them myself for that interim time.
Well, thank you for sharing.
And if I do that, I will probably branch out, produce something on Facebook, and be a little bigger with it than that. But at the moment, it's just to have something out there that if you search Grange, environmental quality meeting, this should come up, and you should have a chance to see at least this one to know what it is, who it is, and what they talk about.
Well, there's multiple LaGrange focused Facebook pages
Yeah,
that
and-
you could tap into.
And like I say, I just started it this week. I just started my initiative, and I'm happy if you have one, or if somebody wants to reach out to me through you too. I'm happy to branch it out, rename it, do whatever anybody wants to it, and let anybody participate in recording a meeting I can't get to or whatever. But
Also, thank you for coming. I
Oh, yeah, no
certainly
problem.
believe in transparency for all our governmental bodies. You know more about this than I do. Is LTTV no longer involved?
the Cable Access Group is a professional group,
Uh-huh.
and LT is still partnered with them. And I can't get anybody to explain exactly what it is. The gentleman that comes to actually produce, and I think there's two of them, is a professional in the industry, and this is part of his job. He actually is an advisor to LTTV, but I don't think they're using the staff for LTTV in here to do the
I thought
production.
maybe there were students who were in the back sometimes, no?
It's been him,
Oh.
to my understanding and my knowledge, and I don't know if he does, that's just what it is, and that's what I don't understand. But LTTV is part of that cable access group, and I don't know where they participate, and it doesn't seem like they do, like you would expect, utilize students to do that production. And that is another option, and I don't know if the village will look into that, is to kind of, for this year, say, can I have a volunteer to run the equipment to do it this year? I don't know, and I haven't formally been told that they refused to do it till January, but that was what the draft policy for the Plan Commission said. And basically, after talking to him and seeing how complex it is, I think that's the reason why I'm making a few assumptions in the matter.
Can I have your name again?
Jonathan Robinson.
Oh, that's right. Except Robinson versus Robertson.
Yeah, Robinson.
Robertson, got it.
All right, well, thank you.
Oh, thank you for listening.
I can't comment on behalf of the village and all the ins and outs of their decision and that process,
But just also
we
making them
have
start
something
that process,
interesting
and
here tonight, yeah.
and wherever they end up is where they end
Yep.
up. Mhm.
Will you be reaching out to Maureen about this? And if you are, I have a request to add.
Yes.
I don't think the village board is supposed to meeting minutes over a year. So if.
For the EQC?
No.
Oh, for the village
They're-
board, okay.
They're-
Okay.
Like, very, very behind, so,
Yeah,
just
Sure,
what.
sure, I'll be talking with her, I'm sure.
Yes.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Seeing no other public comments, we'll go to item 4, business at hand. Commissioner updates on work assignments, and these are evolving, right? So we have the list there of our EQC assignments that we kind of came up with the last couple of meetings. Stretch codes, I'm assuming with Brandon, I'm assuming you don't have anything new.
Not
yet.
since the last meeting.
Okay. Community education, Commissioner Zarnowicki.
Well, we have this event coming up in March, on the 25th, a Wednesday evening. The date has been approved by, Maureen approved the date and the usage of the village hall. So Cub has canned presentations, if you go on their website, and they do outreach. So this is their canned presentation, and these are the highlights of what they're going to be going over. So that's all set up.
Request, if you could ask Maureen if the new PR agency could promote that, that would be a wonderful idea.
Sure.
And Go Green LaGrange, Greater LaGrange is, did you get them the final flyer with the address? You were going to change the address and get it?
I didn't send it to them yet because
Okay.
I just heard back from Maureen about it
Yeah.
being totally approved. So
Yeah.
I can do that, send to Go Green, the PR agent.
So it'll probably be in their March newsletter.
Yeah, they did put some
Addendum?
save the date kind of.
Oh, did they?
They did. too.
Okay.
So that was in their initial save the date. And we can try to get it out to a variety of different places. I know sometimes the Grange IL, you know, you can just send a message through Facebook. Yeah, we'll distribute it. We got some time, which is good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thanks for getting
Yeah,
that
I
done.
like this month.
That's very good.
Month in advance,
That's
at
good.
least
And we can
minimum.
even hanging in some windows maybe in town. There's some places that will let you hang a flyer around town, that get some good visibility. So
Yeah, lots.
Yeah, so.
Is it going to be in person only?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
I don't know, maybe we should use the camera system.
Yeah.
Well, again, some of them don't want to be recorded, you know,
Yeah.
they don't want their
That's an issue.
presentation recorded,
That's
so
an issue with
they're
recording.
probably not gonna allow recordings of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we could have a posting drive, because loads of places around downtown will put up the flyers.
Oh, yeah, the flyer's not an issue, just the night of the recording, you can.
But
Yeah.
then if you need help
Sure.
distributing them.
Sure.
I'm offering.
There's a bunch of.
Yep, you can take some of those too.
And she
Anybody
also-
wants to take any,
And
yep.
you'll probably email the flyer to everybody, or it'll be,
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a
Everyone gets
message,
copies?
you
Yeah.
know, to everybody with the update after this meeting, so I'll send a flyer.
and then, the speaker that wasn't able to present in February, on the lead pipe water issues, I'm pushing her for a date in May or early June, do something, so that's what we're working on now. They've got some promotional literature that they haven't produced yet, and she's hoping that'll come out soon, and then she can use that promotional literature at the meeting site.
Okay, let us
So,
know.
yeah.
Keep us posted.
Just a comment at the Monday village board meeting, unless you want to mention it too. President Kukler mentioned that he had talked to Raja Krishnamurthy, who is pushing for funding for lead service line replacements for our area.
I hope they don't get it, because I already paid for mine.
I'll ask him to provide refunds.
Yeah, retroactive, yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
So, but he's running for another position, so if he gets the other position, this is probably not gonna stop it.
Yeah, he is. He's running for the.
Yeah.
Do it as senator.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, so, 2 events coming up. Any questions about the event? Topics are there, and, yeah, we'll learn a little bit about community solar. We've talked about that as well, so.
I think we should lay off in the summer months, and then, you know,
Education.
yeah, come back, because there's a lot to do, and then come back in like maybe September,
good.
October with a topic.
Sounds good.
I'm shooting for 4 a year.
That's great.
Mhm.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
The first one was very successful, so, let's see. It's great. Thank you. Outreach to the LGBA.
So I was not able to go to their meeting this morning, but I was able to connect with my liaison with the LGBA, and he had a really good recommendation. A lot of organizations, when you go to an LGBA meeting, they put flyers on all the tables for people to take, like we're doing here with this flyer. And he suggested that we put together what we would like to see from the LGBA community, what we can provide for them, what we can do for them, what we'd like them to do. And so I would like to actually ask you to help me put together content for a flyer that we could deliver to LGBA for the next meeting.
Sure.
I thought that was
What
great.
do you have an initial idea even?
No.
Okay.
Well, part of it is like, you do this and we will help promote you as an environmentally conscious business in LaGrange. But in doing that, I'd love to hear what the new PR agency has in mind for promoting LaGrange, promoting businesses within the community and stuff like that. So I think that, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, could we advertise ourselves as a resource?
Can we advertise ourselves as a resource?
Well, anything we will have to run by the staff.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for sure, any
Or I should say,
literature,
or we
any.
put like a liaison, like if they have questions that are related to environmental
Well, that was the initial goal, is to go and find out what their
That's
needs
what-
are.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So like, could we let them know that we are there?
Contact us at, if you have
Well,
specific
you're gonna
questions.
contact Maureen, I mean, you can
Yeah.
talk to them informally as well, but like with your, reach out with your phone number, email. But, the village is gonna have to review on your materials, and I don't know, that's why I'm asking, what are you gonna promise? I don't know, we don't have a budget per se, I don't know what you're gonna be able to promise. I think doing an assessment so that we can find out what their needs are. There was.
It would be great, sorry to interrupt, it would be great to do a study.
That's what I was gonna say, are we able to do a survey and put like a QR code on the flyer if they wanna fill it out? And that would just be like, what are your interests? I mean, we could figure out what the survey would ask.
Well, why don't you draft something, run it by Maureen, and then bring it here, right? I did go to a Countryside Sustainability Committee meeting last month at the Village of Countryside. It was the staff, it wasn't an appointed board, and they're using the Greenest Region Compact. They quickly went over their achievements for last year and their goals for next year. One was a business education activity, and the other, they have an award they are going to give to businesses. I think it was businesses, but I can't remember if it's just businesses or also residences, but they're coming up with an award. But there had to be a criteria, so I talked a little bit with the staff there about, you can't just say we're gonna publicize that you're doing all these great things, but then how do you pick and choose, right? So you have to have some kind of criteria, was my thought. So, I'm open for that, yep.
But that was village staff.
That was the
doing
village
it.
staff that did it.
And that's not us, so.
I don't think it necessarily has to be the village staff, but everything has to be done in conjunction, right, with the staff and.
Yeah, we
their
have to
goals.
make sure that
Right.
it's approved, but I think these are great ideas and,
Would you sort of envision it, not the survey, but if they have needs, they can ask Maureen and Maureen could let us know if we're able to.
I'll give you a great
Get more.
example. I used to go to this restaurant, it was not in this country, it was in Europe, which was far ahead of us. But, they would not serve bottled water of any kind. All their water was filtered, and it was very clean, and every table got a bottle, and so it's things like that. What are you doing to help protect the environment? So, for example, so many restaurants here use the black plastic containers with the clear lids. The clear lids are recyclable, the black aren't, right? So can we get them to change, use clear, right? Or use paper, or, anyhow. So it is, again, with Grange businesses, we could do an education program focused on the businesses. We have so many restaurants here, right?
Yeah, and what I think is helpful is if you find a business that you see has been successful and is doing it well, because there are gonna be, you have to talk to businesses to find out what the obstacles are, right?
Yeah.
Is it cost, is it, quality of the item, and if they're gonna ask you for recommendations, are we able to recommend specific products? I don't know that that's something we can do. But I think figuring, researching all these different ideas, the whole gamut of them, and then honing in on which things make sense. But you gotta know your community first, right? Who your audience is and what we can actually do.
I think the driver should be LGPA, I don't think it should be us.
Well, they're looking for
I haven't
our
seen-
advice.
Hold on, I'm still talking. I haven't seen them do anything, environmentally conscious. They, according to you at their meeting, they don't have any subject matter on it, they don't deal with it, they don't do anything about it. So, until they do something about it, or until they lift a finger to be interested in it, I think we're beating a dead horse here.
I
because-
disagree. I think we are influencers, and that we can
Ooh,
influence.
don't tag me as an influencer.
Okay.
Well, I think let's assess. I think that we could be leaders for sure, doing things in-house and also providing information and resources.
they're not,
we have to know,
they're
some are
showing no
interested,
interest.
some are interested, I wouldn't say they all are,
Are they
to
members
some
of
of the meetings.
LGBA, the people who are interested?
This is a while ago when I spoke with some of the members and they talked about straws and water and
Sure.
the things that they're doing, right? So I think we just need to research, I mean, it takes a lot of time to go out and talk to all the businesses and find out what they're doing. So, you
But-
know,
but if
I
I was-
think you need to, you know, just have a plan, right? Talk it, if the two of you are gonna work on that.
Yeah.
You know, just have a plan and include the staff. You can contact me anytime separately as well.
Could I ask one more question? Would you all be open to an idea of a survey to LGBA
I think
members?
you need an assessment, so I
Assessment,
do
like-
think.
Assessment.
And I
Yeah.
think the assessment can include, we are happy with status quo and
Right.
we are not interested. And, you know, you have several people respond that or not respond at all, then you know, hey, why are we going to
I don't
this
think you need
meeting?
a survey to tell them they're not interested. that they're
I
not-
also think they may not know what they don't know. So we can present them with options. Are you interested in water, composting, you know, like, packaging,
Or
give them
do you
options.
already do these things?
Right,
We
exactly.
don't know.
Right, and so like, do you do this, are you interested in learning more about, would you, you know, I don't know, when you participate in West End Arts Festival, would you want your, you know, and then kind of get a quick 5-question survey fairly quick. Do you think that's the right path, or?
I think it's a good idea to establish a baseline and understand where people stand, and
Yeah.
then,
Okay.
you know, maybe there's some educational outreach that could happen if there's something specific that they're interested in.
I just didn't want us to go down like a rabbit hole. Here's a
I'm
survey that we
comfortable
created.
with the survey, we'll talk to Maureen too,
Yeah.
you know, because community members get
Yep.
over-surveyed sometimes, but,
Well,
yeah,
if
this
it's
would
on a
be
QR
specifically
code
to
on a
business.
flyer, they don't have to do it,
Good point, yep.
but yes.
And
we
it's
should definitely
distributed
check it out.
directly through the LGBA, I would assume, right? Yeah.
Well, I was just envisioning this as a QR code that links to the survey.
Right.
And then it's just,
And we deliver that flyer to their monthly meeting.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
Sure.
And they take advantage of it.
Right.
Sure.
or don't, and
Yeah.
then we know, right? And
Yeah.
they'll go, Stan, you were right.
Yeah.
But I'm most interested in the restaurants in the area. They produce the most of everything. So.
Sounds good. Thank you for doing that and tackling that. Events. Oh, the Earth Day. So I sent some information about Earth Day. I'm trying to find, remember what I sent you? The pledge, emailed the pledge.
Yeah, the pledge, I think, wasn't there a scavenger hunt information?
There was the one that we did
Yeah.
a few years back, 2017 maybe. I'm just soliciting feedback on that. I know a tour, I don't know that we have time to do any kind of tour. I sent you a video that I had seen with, where people sent in how they celebrate Earth Day, and there was a big video of what Earth Day means to them. I see head shaking. No,
I have it here.
Okay.
It's great.
All right.
Tina's not here to show us this.
Apologies.
It's there.
I
Can
can,
I
I mean,
plug
she
my
gave me
laptop in?
instructions on how to
Could you
do
give
that.
us
Another,
one more week? to
Yeah,
get-
sure.
Submit.
so,
It's cute.
Yeah.
Scavenger
The
hunt.
scavenger hunt. I
scavenger
did
hunt,
like that.
okay.
Love the scavenger
Yeah.
hunt, and the reason I love it is it appeals to families.
Yes.
You know, kids, parents.
Put it in the library.
Pardon?
Put it in the library.
I'd like to change it because I don't want to do the exact same one, but maybe I can work on that.
Okay, you
if
gotta
there would
remember,
be value.
today's kids were babies when this last.
No, it
game
wasn't that long ago. Was it?
9
Was it?
years.
17.
Yeah.
You can use the same one, Rose.
So, this is.
Also, you might not
You
gonna
said a few
remember.
years ago,
I
you said
remember.
17.
Or
Nice.
see if you could do better, if you
Yeah.
remember and you kept it.
I thought it was 2021.
Is it 2021?
She
Thank
said
you, and
17.
thank you,
Thank
thank you.
That's what your
It
email
wasn't
said.
that long
Still
ago.
5
Did
years
you
ago.
end at Denning Park?
Yes, and then
I
we
came to that.
gave away trees,
Yeah, I
and we
came to
had like
that.
a selfie, you could take a picture, it was kind of during COVID-ish
Yeah.
times.
I came to that.
And so some couples, I remember a couple couples
Cute.
came even, and some kids, and we gave away the oak trees.
with LaGrange Park
And
District.
you
though.
picked up the oak
Yeah, that was with
trees.
LaGrange Park District. I mean, we collaborated, yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Denny.
They'd be willing to
Right.
collaborate again.
You speak for them?
I happen to know one of the commissioners.
Well, I don't know
Yes.
that, right, so that was
On a
kind
bet.
of an event we had, I think I did recycled paper making, we didn't get a lot of people to come out, so, you know,
You did or didn't?
didn't.
I mean, that's early-ish COVID too, so is that a factor or
It
not?
was outside, I don't think so. That's why I'm saying if we are gonna have an event, I mean, it's soccer on Saturdays, right? It's, you know, that was a physical, you know, in-person activity, you know, like a fair or whatever. I don't know, do we wanna do that?
I would much rather like to present possibilities for other organizations celebrating Earth Day and give people places to do that. Like, you know.
You're saying just
clean up,
materials,
yeah,
resources.
More Arboretum's doing something, Brookfield Zoo's doing something, you know, that kind of thing.
Earth Day of
Promoting
Service.
other activities.
Yeah, they're already organized,
Mhm.
that they could go to.
Yeah, but what is Earth Day of Service here in LaGrange?
The restaurants open up and provide garbage, according to.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes we say
We're
like,
being recorded.
go on, I know, go on a hike, or, you know, sometimes we give ideas. I'm sure that the village could publish something and give resources about what people are doing. We could publish the, scavenger hunt and our pledge, right? The question is whether we wanna be in person somewhere, but I know it's a commitment and, you know, it's already February, so. Does anybody wanna spearhead an Earth Day event? If not, then
I
it's
will
not going to
help
happen.
you maybe, but I can let you know in like a day or two.
Yes.
I can actually
Do
pull it
something,
together.
right,
Okay.
okay.
I can help too.
Well, what if,
Yeah.
you don't have,
I do
Any
think the
idea?
idea of maybe partnering with someone
Yeah.
that's already doing something.
Yeah, I like that too.
Or
Piggybacking.
promoting, or
Yes.
promoting.
And
We'll
then
go
throwing
green.
on our little things. like
Go
you
Green
said.
Greater
Over
LaGrange is doing the
activities.
Yeah.
same exchange at the library, when is that?
well, there's an event, all right.
Right,
So
Yeah, and I'm sure Morton is doing something.
But yeah,
Yeah, but we should keep this focused on LaGrange versus, I mean, I'm all for promoting our neighbors, but we need to do an event here, is my thought. Cause for example, you know, we have all these the whole tree survey thing and stuff like that. For, you know, you have a scavenger hunt, you have 50 plus types of trees in LaGrange, more probably, right?
So what day are you talking about? On Saturday, you're talking about Saturday before the 18th? Because the Earth Day falls on the 22nd, on Wednesday.
yes, I am not available any of those 3 Saturdays, I'm just telling you right now in April. I'm already doing an Earth Day something on the 25th.
After the event?
Yes, and the
Okay.
other 2 I'm not available, so
Okay.
I'm just putting that out there.
oh, April 25th, I think I'm out of town.
Yeah.
Whatever you have,
think the
I would say
synchronous
Glenn
event
Wayne
is
is the
gonna
18th.
be-
What's that?
I would say Glenn Wayne is the Saturday before.
Before,
April
okay,
18th,
Which is the
April
18th, and I imagine that's when most people are doing their events,
Got it.
would be the 18th.
Right,
So,
Any chance of us looping in with the school? Cause the, when was it? Last year we did the tree thing. Arbor Day, did we do?
so that is the president attends, you know, the president of the village attends a tree planting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the arborist, I don't know who coordinates that, but that's on Arbor Day, I think that's like the 30th, the end of April. So that every year that's gonna happen again, I'm sure a school is gonna plant a tree in coordination with the village. So
I'm
that
just
will
wondering,
happen.
could we
Coordinate with
school?
that, could we have some role in that? I don't know, cause I don't know, you know, if it's just a photo op kind of thing, I don't know, right? And I don't know, you know,
Well, I mean,
Our
let's say
role.
we were gonna do the scavenger hunt, okay?
Mhm.
And I'm thinking out of the box here because, but let's say we deliver for every school in LaGrange, a scavenger hunt to page to be delivered to every child, and they take it home, and they say, Mom, Dad, you know, we can do this scavenger hunt and win a prize. And the prize could be, you know, eco-friendly, et cetera, but that, and they have, you know, 3 weeks or 4 weeks to do this around the time of whatchamacallit, environment, sorry, not
Earth
Earth
Day,
Day.
Earth Day, April.
Earth Day, April 18th. So, no, 22nd, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the Saturday. But, and then everybody submits it, their pictures or whatever. We could create a portal, you know, I know I'm thinking very big here, but we have a PR agency now who could do all that for us. And so,
Talk about this
So-
PR, you see,
so
like
there's-
that, like
there's
when
two
they're at our
things.
beck and call or
no,
something.
but
But there are two things that I think
That's also
of right off the
sharing.
bat. So one is schools don't always wanna give out stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
totally
They
understand.
have a kind of a hard, line there because people always wanna send stuff
Yeah.
to the schools. Now, I don't have young kids in school anymore, so I don't know if it's changed, but that's always an issue, is trying to get your thing there. Secondly, we don't have money to buy stuff. We don't have a budget, so.
but we can ask, we can request,
We
right?
can, and I don't even know what we would give out. So this always becomes the issue
So,
too.
yeah, I can
Candy.
actually come up with prizes
Right.
and things like that.
With
No,
nuts
I'm
in
saying
it.
that it's not,
No, I meant,
Peanut
I know
butter.
what we could propose to the village about types of prizes with them, and that wouldn't be hugely cost.
I don't even know, I'm saying, I don't even know what that would be, cause I struggle with what giveaway stuff to, you know, so what's earth friendly.
Why don't you guys discuss this?
Correct.
yourselves and
So these are the
come back
things
with
that come
ideas?
up. Let me see if there's an event. It sounds like scavenger hunt is popular. You need to promote it is the biggest issue, right? How to
Yes.
promote it, I agree.
And,
That's-
but there has to
that's
be
the
a
issue.
prize, a reason people do it at the end of the day. And it could be those cool thermoses that all the kids love.
I don't know about
No.
that.
Sounds
That's-
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's expensive,
Okay.
everybody has
It's
one
gonna
already.
end up in a recycling bin.
It's, well, let's think on that.
Does MWRD still do the rain barrels?
I don't think they're free.
Yes,
For
they're not
seniors.
free.
They're
Yeah.
not free.
For
Not
seniors,
anymore.
they're free.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe that's what I was read.
But that could be a family prize.
I think that for right now, we can work on like a list of things to put together, like what other people are doing, this scavenger or whatever, and if whoever wants to work on that, I personally think it would be a large lift, given there's only 2 months to
Yeah.
do something like that. But if someone wants to start working on it for like next year.
I'll work on a list of events.
Yeah,
around
that,
here.
I think that's what's feasible
And I'll send it
for
to everybody. You
2
can-
months from now, because you have to think, it would have to be ready in a month to go, if you wanted to like
And
promote and stuff.
possibly even a business, so there might be some coupons to a business, right? Somebody might be willing to do something for the gifts or what, you know, finding business partners, but that will take time as well, right? But I think that might be something that I could feel good about in terms of like a
Have you
gift.
tried partnering with the park district in the past? You would have, right?
Well, we had that one event in Dunning Park.
But I'm thinking for Earth Day.
For space.
If we were to think a year ahead, because those are the experiences I've had now with my grandkids, is with park districts that do things like that. You know, identify a tree and get the code and open a treasure chest and you get a little bauble at the end.
That's the
Ends up in the
problem.
garbage.
Promoting trash.
That comes from China.
No,
Yeah.
no, you don't get a bauble, you get a plant to bring
Plant?
home and plant it in your yard.
That's a
Yeah,
good
there
idea.
is, you could even like
A
native
native.
plants, you can get a whole, there are places I know that are inexpensive, you can get a whole tray and then you just wrap it in some newspaper or whatever and
Right.
send it. But yeah, let me talk to Commissioner Lebo, see what we can come up with for Earth Day, and I'll send out a message with some updates, and in the meantime, send me ideas. Okay. All right, next event I have is, native plant tour. I probably gotta reach out to everybody, and find out, so who wants to still be on it again. Any thoughts about it, any comments about
Sorry,
the
was there a
past one?
date or no?
No, I have
okay.
to, like,
You asked that
I'm
one then.
open to that.
You're talking
Anything-
about like the stops?
Yes,
The people have to agree
The
again?
numbers of participants still remain very good, I think.
Yeah, last year was really,
Native
really
plant
hot.
tour.
Yeah, it was.
End of July is kind of a good time
And we
because.
still had the same numbers as we did the year before, didn't we?
Roughly, I think a
Roughly.
little less because it was oppressively hot. This
It was
past
bad,
year,
yeah.
it was really hot. So I think it was slightly down, but I will reach out to the people. We kind of had decided that whoever wants to be on more is fine. There's no limit to how many people can be on. The only thing is if they, they have to have native plants. Any could be small amount, large amount. So I do have 3 people who said they wanted to, new people that were on the tour that wanted to be on it. So I will reach out to them. I'm thinking July again, end of July, after the 4th, out of it. And I don't really know that we need to change much unless you have ideas, let me know. But I haven't reached out to anybody yet, I'll start doing that.
Just-
We talked about, not native, solar, home tour, guided, get addresses, so if we had that maybe in May, if we had it organized by this, we could hand out the flyer and say, we're gonna have this event.
In May,
Well, I mean, I don't care,
Like a
April, May,
flyer.
I mean, we could have it for Earth Day, go visit solar, if people, but, you said you wanted to contact, you were afraid to go knocking on
well,
doors.
the native plant is different. I mean, the solar was gonna be something different. We had talked about that for Earth Day as well during the
The
eco
green
home
home tour,
But we
yeah.
Is there a reason you stick to July? The reason I ask is, I know both Greater Grange does a native plant sale, and so do a couple other organizations, usually, I think, in the fall, like
September.
September,
Yeah,
right?
they
In
do it in
September.
Mhm.
I should know, but, it'd be kind of cool to partner with them and do like, go on a plant tour the weekend before, and then like next weekend is the plant sale, so like people get it, or is that too, or like
Or the
a
same
month
weekend.
before, or the same, somewhere where we,
People like July because the plants are flowering,
oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
and they wanna be, you can see a
So
lot.
there is a reason.
There
It's
is
the
a
peak,
reason.
yeah.
It's a peak,
Yeah.
July.
Yeah.
And some of the backyards have like, bee, what
I just wasn't sure, because you said it was so
Yeah.
hot, I was like, well. if we
That
did
is
it-
why, and that
Yeah.
is really,
And that's
they
good.
all kind of feel good about that, It was only hot every other time,
It's been
perfect,
Okay.
yeah,
So,
so,
ignore.
that's
Rose
okay.
might be selfish and
Yeah.
say, if you can, the 26th or no.
July 26th.
Yeah.
I will, I
You know,
have
you
no
know.
problem with
Wow.
that, so.
Well, I'm booked in July,
Good.
so I'm just
Good.
like, I'd like to go
I
again.
will
So
reach out and
If it has to be something else, that's fine, but if,
course.
it's, doesn't matter.
July
I would prefer
26th,
that.
so noted.
Send it.
Because I can't go to your thing, I couldn't go to
Right,
your other.
yeah.
I've never been on the native one, so I want to.
My neighbors were planting native plant things, so I all year round I got.
Yeah.
Access, it's right
They
there.
have got.
Your neighbor is wonderful
Oh,
and
they
very
got a
helpful.
great yard.
Yeah.
They'd have the rain barrel.
So, next item, thank you, for your input on that. GRC coordination, I did not watch the January, I put myself down just for January, watching the Greenest Region, the Mayor's Caucus meeting, I didn't watch it. So I have nothing to report on that. I'm sure, February 17th is the next one. Remember, we said we were gonna try to rotate
Yeah.
and watch them, or go to them. I prefer probably to watch them because I can watch it, they got to speed a little faster and speed it up. It's a little less.
When is the next one?
February 17th, I wrote
17th.
down on here.
So they're always like mid.
Yes.
month.
They were like on, that's what I'm trying to look really quick, we had figured it out, like what, Monday, whatever it was, or.
We had discussed
I
it.
know you don't have to go live, but just so then I know when to look for the recording.
We could just pick, I can send everybody a link to, the page.
If the-
They
if
don't
the
have a- I
pattern
don't
of-
know if
If
they-
the pattern of January and February holds, then it looks like it's the 3rd Tuesday
There you go.
Okay.
of each
I think
month.
whatever it was there.
You
it
can
wasn't
sign
that.
up to get the email, I get the email.
Yeah, and I think I sent everybody, like, the time it was at, I can't remember. So if everybody
Just
just
take 'em
wants
on.
to take them on, you wanna do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody free February 17th? Is it?
I
to
can't watch live. I can
February-
never
to
watch live.
February's, to watch February's.
What time of day is it? Is it
Live.
I wanna say it's in the morning, it's daytime.
But it's recorded.
It's
You can
recorded.
watch it
Recorded.
anytime.
So just
Right?
take
You
them
can
on.
watch it anytime.
That's what I'm saying, you just take,
I can take April.
March.
Okay,
May.
okay.
So did somebody take February?
No.
When's February 17th?
Next one's.
Did someone take
No
February?
one
Because I
did.
can do February.
Madam.
Oh, sorry.
Stolen right out.
I better set myself a reminder.
June? June,
I'll do June.
okay. July?
I can do July, that's fine.
And wanna stop there for now?
Everyone has one.
I don't have.
I can't do February, sorry. I mean, oh, what, I can watch
You
the
can watch the
recording
video.
after. Yeah, okay, I can do it then, okay, sorry.
Can
I can
tell-
do August.
Can tell how old we
August.
are, we keep thinking real time, we're not
I know,
time
I do
chasers.
too. Stan, you wanna do September? I'll write you in.
Sure, write me in.
All right. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
September 26th though.
All right.
Yeah, right.
And then what's our responsibility? Report at the
Just
next
a
meeting?
report. Mhm.
Okay.
So, and I'll have to report to you next time. All right, in tracking of energy, water, and waste,
I asked for an extension
Yeah.
for personal reasons, so. Yeah.
this next month's
Yeah,
good.
should be okay.
Okay, we'll just kind of go over what we've been tracking. Any other goals? So that's everything that we've identified, and then I guess I have, just want to know, this is kind of rolling into 4B, if there's any additions, changes, anything you think we should be working on, want to work on.
I think you had a whole list of topics we considered last time, and I am currently without a work group because Brandon is doing coding and,
Lawyer work group.
yeah, give me a work.
It's okay,
Come
blame me,
on.
it's okay. There's a list of a few more at the bottom there too.
Yep, these are ones we've discussed in the
So,
past, right?
I'm not sure what you had in mind, but I would be happy to take a look at the high-emitting small engines. Do you wanna see what neighboring communities have done?
Yes.
The stat, yes?
Yes.
Or are you gonna say yes to everything I say?
Yes.
Okay, yes. and-
It's a challenge. So
Whatever,
It's a
so-
challenge. I think that a lot of residents understand that gas-powered blowers and mowers and snow blowers, are, have a lot of emissions. I mean, you start to see a lot of electric.
And the
around
noise
town.
pollution
Noise
gets to
pollution
people.
is,
Well,
always
there's-
comes up with this issue.
There are some suburbs who have ruled against it, like you cannot have gas powered anymore. So,
Most of the ones, this was the last time I was involved in the calls through the Greenest Region, and Go Green, Illinois as well, had several talks with several municipalities. A lot of times it's regulating the time you can do it. I don't know that they fully outlawed them.
I asked my sister.
Yeah.
because She lives up in Glencoe, and that area is very.
They were the ones who
Snowing?
they started the conversations. Oak Park would be another one that would be a leader.
I think it's also useful because I think we know that some who have tried it have run into difficulties.
Correct.
And we can learn from that,
Right.
we're not gonna be the first people in this rodeo, so
Right.
we can find out what works and what
The
doesn't.
challenges and what's
maybe
feasible.
propose something that sounds considerate of everyone involved.
But it is really encouraging to see how many people are already, have made the switch to
Right.
electric.
Right.
Thanks, Lori, okay.
I'm not a committee either now, but I assume outreach to LGBA is now Walsh and Leva, and events is now Missy.
Sounds good.
Volunteered for everything though.
And just in general,
Two
if there's
things.
anything else important that you feel we're missing, that's doable, that's,
This isn't necessarily a work group, but I was talking to Stan before the meeting about, and I don't know how we would do this. I'm not even aware of the current state of environmental regulations in LaGrange. For example, I look around and I see huge houses or huge additions, and I don't know what our current lot coverage rules are. Years ago, Tim Shelton got that modification to the solar panel ordinance. Didn't realize at the time that we were still quite restrictive compared to other communities. So is there some way for us to be just better informed about it, I guess? Particularly in relation to where we should be and where we realistically could be?
Well, where we should be is obviously subjective, right? I mean, it depends on who you ask.
And listen to me.
Well, that's why we have the stretch
And
codes.
go
The stretch
broad.
codes
Stretch
is part
codes.
of that. You're talking about zoning codes, right?
Yeah. And the zoning code is available,
Is it online now?
it should be, yeah.
Okay.
But if there's, that would probably be talking to charity or building, right, to find out what, you know, where their opportunities are, what they're working on, you know, that kind of thing. We've had the arborists come before, right, to talk about some of their policies and what they do with the trees. We have the sprinkling ordinance, and so when you say environmental, that's kind of broad.
Yeah,
You know,
very broad.
there's building and zoning versus.
Is there a way to like kind of put that somewhere, like highlight it? Because, yeah, I know there's one that, we had a neighbor that got a garage and they were like, we couldn't make any more hard surface, right? So it either had to be permeable
Yes.
pavers or it had to be, you know, and that a lot of that's for the flooding or whatever. So I know we're looking at like the stretch
And
codes
that's
stuff, but-
fairly recent in the last
Mhm.
few years, cause as a homeowner, I experienced that,
Mhm.
and, so, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
the
would
stretch
just be
codes are
nice.
specific to the energy code.
Okay.
The zoning code with lot coverage and permeable versus
Yeah.
not permeable, that's a separate,
I just think it'd be helpful to have like the layman's term, like maybe if we had a little site on our page or whatever of like environmental friendly initiatives that we have. I know you wanna push those like further, right, I would assume, but just so we're aware of what we're already doing, what you're saying, but like, is there a way to highlight that or
Well,
not?
what are we,
What's the end goal here? So you get this information, what are you gonna do?
I don't know, like, I just think it's, when we put together our whole thing of what we're doing and like the things that we are environmentally friendly towards, I think it's helpful to see that and then compare that to other like municipalities or whomever. I don't know, but.
I'm very familiar with zoning code
Yeah.
and lot coverage and building. I mean, that's how I originally got involved on
Mhm.
this commission. I
Okay.
was on the zoning board for 7 years prior to coming here.
And
I was
you did have education.
advocating for reduced lot coverage, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, I guess I just wanna know, maybe it's an education for us of having,
Yeah, maybe.
having someone from zoning and building come here and talk about what we're doing, and then we
Mhm.
ask them questions about where's the opportunity, are you working on it, you know,
Mhm.
educating ourselves, right? And then, you know, what we say we're doing, well, we first have to know what we're doing and then to know how it's improved. A lot of
Yeah.
times the staff will tell us, well, you know, Maureen will tell us, oh, we did this or we did that, but is that enough?
Right.
And that's where educating ourselves becomes important, so. I
What
can-
struck home with me was when it happened with the solar, when residents came forward and said, we can't put this on because of the restrictions, and I had no idea that.
Well, we were bronze.
We were still,
We were bronze, so we had a Soul Smart, right? So what happened with Commissioner Sheldon at the time was, we joined the Greenest Region Compact, and they provided training, kind of like that EV training that they were providing to the village, like on how to train our staff. They were offering this 8-week training, you know, for batteries to, how to make sure they don't catch on fire and how to install and electrify your fleet and all that. So several communities took this EV readiness training through the Greenest Region Compact. We did not, we were offered, we did not, you know, we didn't have, I was told we didn't have the staff to do it. Back then, we did have staff that went to this training for the Soul Smart, and we got to bronze. And that was initial, and then we eventually got to silver. I think it's maybe a result of these residents saying they wanted better, more accommodations. So, again, that's something we can always advocate for, because we're not old, right? We can look at what does it take to go, and that's something we can ask, we can invite someone from building to come here to one of our meetings and talk about it, because I'm sure there are some opportunities, right? It's just how much does it cost? Sometimes when the residents come up, you know, that board responds differently to that, right?
Yeah, it's not clear
Right.
for residents.
Is-
What kind of care?
Is it possible to get, not specific, but in general terms, from building and zoning, applications for anything that have been turned down for some environmental issue that they just, is on the books and maybe it shouldn't exist anymore, or it could be altered? You know, like, if had we known that people were coming to this board, village, zoning about solar panels and getting turned down, then we could have been ahead of the thing. So now, maybe, you know, again, they're not, I know they can't give a specific answer, but they could say, you know, we had an application for such and such, and it violated section 3 of the tree code or something like that. So, okay, maybe the tree code's incorrect, or maybe it's, needs to be altered or something like that. So, I mean, there we could maybe be a help instead of,
Sure.
you know,
Sure.
a hindrance, and either confirm or deny, yeah, you know what, that code is correct, and maybe that code should be more stringent, maybe it's not stringent enough. or
Right, I
something.
think it's education, right, for us again, on what they're seeing, having them share with us what they're seeing, what
Yeah.
they're doing. And we could write some questions beforehand so
Right.
that they could prepare. So
That's
when
what I
I
think,
talked to
yeah.
Maureen about, you know, at one of the meetings, you know, having someone from building and zoning come, it's a good idea. We haven't done that in a long time.
And I
Yeah.
didn't realize your background.
Yeah. So I guess I'm ready to look at it again.
Was that a few years ago?
It was a few years ago.
2009?
I lose track. All right, well, thank you. All right. Staff update, Maureen did give me an update, so let me pull that up. Oh, yes.
I have a quick question for you. For the, going back to the videos, is that by the economic and energy, like, committee? Is that a committee that?
What do we
I was
say?
just
know you're
looking-
gonna
It
sign
is,
but-
it
Yeah.
is.
Committee, right? Okay, I found
Yes.
it.
You found, okay.
I found
Yeah.
it on the, so if you just
GRC.
go to Environment and Energy Committee, look at the search goes to,
Yeah, I could do it.
So, yeah, the next meeting is February 17th, on the Clean and Reliable Grid Affordability Act. And then the next one after that is March 17th.
Do they have all the dates?
Oh.
No, it's only those two right
And
now.
I think the videos are on YouTube too, which I'll send you the page. But if you want to attend them in person, I don't know if you need, like, I get the special invite or whatever through email. But
Yeah, that
you
I'm
said
not
you get them
sure.
too.
I get the invite.
Okay, so if you sign up, otherwise just go to YouTube. I'll double check that and make sure that we can access the videos easily.
Yeah, maybe we could distribute that, that page to the commission then.
Yep. So we know where, so
Yeah,
it's
so
right
everyone
there.
knows where to
recording,
go,
yeah.
yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I know.
You got it?
Recording, yeah, we've got it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
On the email and stuff.
You just
Okay.
went on YouTube or what?
No,
Is
If
it will eventually take you to YouTube.
When you go to
maybe.
the meeting materials? thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, meeting materials, and then it has like reporting. And then
Okay.
when you hit reporting, it'll take you to YouTube.
Yeah, I saw the meeting material link on there. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna email myself this.
All right, staff report, holiday lights. So, staff is waiting to hear from Flood Brothers on the final amount collected. Public Works thought the collection went well. Flood came out at least 3 times to empty the dumpster that was collecting the lights, and last year they only came out twice, so I assume they collected a decent amount, but I'll know. That might be something we can add to the data, like the pumpkin, every year, how much was
Wait.
collected, and the holiday lights, how much was collected, and maybe even the native plant tour. Native plant tour is a little harder, because everybody has different number of people that are there, so it's hard to, it's like an open house and each,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit
We'll
harder.
try.
Yeah, I could come up with some kind of data.
Could like have how many sites or whatever.
Yeah, number of houses.
Yeah.
You
and
could
then
ask, you could ask the homeowners to,
They do,
Oh, they do?
they're amazing.
Oh, okay.
I cannot say enough about how amazing the data they collect. Some of them give
Oh.
out plants, some of them give out seeds,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
they're.
I get what you're
Could you just
saying,
have a
cause like,
sign-up sheet?
well, that would be,
Some
then
of
we
them
would be
do.
able to see how many people went to how many
I
houses
guess if they
and
wanna
all
write,
that, but
every time they go to a house, they gotta write down their.
we could just do it by visit.
And then they get a
Like-
prize, and then they get a prize.
You just do it at one. You
Yes.
can sign.
Prizes were-
You only need to sign up at one house. If you sign up if you go to 6
Oh,
houses.
and we know how many unique people were at each.
Yeah, that would be unique
Yeah.
people,
So-
but, and we
but if
could
you
also
sign
do
up
by
at
visit.
all
I go ahead and knock
6,
on
that.
the meeting.
You could.
I think everyone
Oh,
would
that's a
agree
unit,
with
I'm
that.
sorry, it's a unit.
So sign up once, anybody who visits, just sign up at one house.
Unless you want to do this, if you want to complete all 5 homes in the tour and get a reward, then you can sign up at
There's more than 5.
I don't,
I'm just
I
saying,
don't,
whatever
I
it
don't want
is.
that. I don't want that.
It's just a point.
Take context.
It's just a
There's more than
point.
5, I want them more.
And there are more than 5 homes, so.
I don't mean 5. If go to every home.
For
This
example.
is sign it.
For example.
For
It's so
example.
many.
It's so many.
But I can't ask them to stay longer either, like 3 hours is like,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you're asking a homeowner to
You're
stay
gonna be
there
like
for 3
5
hours,
hours.
so.
Well, it's like Halloween. These are the hours, that's it.
Right, my data, you know, our data might not be as tight on that, and I'm okay with that.
I think it should just be
Sign up at 1, and then we.
Consider
know.
one, and if they still get it, then we can still have total visits.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
is fine if there's
Right.
double dipping, then it's 2 different metrics, but.
All right, good ideas. Salting operations, I
Yes.
asked Maureen about this. I saw some that the village had posted on Facebook. The village has a Facebook page, and they posted about salting, like our information. And then I saw the comments. I was interested in reading the comments, and some people, did you read them?
Yeah, I did.
Some people were like, well, the village should start with its own operations,
Right.
and
Yeah.
they said.
Oh, yeah, I
something.
saw that.
You did?
Yeah, okay, but they didn't post, I'm looking for documented specifics on what their usage is. That's
Yeah.
what I asked Maureen.
Oh, this is, yeah, this is
I
more.
didn't ask her that, I asked her.
No, I
about-
asked her that at the
okay,
meeting.
Okay, so she said, this was an item you wanted to spend time with, but she's not here. If you can gather questions or suggestions, I'll make sure to pass them on to the right folks. Public Works staff will be attending a waterways and salt treatment talk this Friday. Additional training on appropriate application is being sought. So they are
Who's
training
putting that up?
their staff. I don't, she
Oh,
didn't
it's
say,
in-
this is
it's
just
on
an email I got from her today.
So have you, I've noticed that there hasn't been a lot of pre-wedding.
No, I have not either. But I don't know that I would even notice, I mean,
Oh, you'd notice it,
Who does the
Go
sidewalks
ahead.
around the post office?
the post office,
Is
they
it
have a
the
fire,
fire?
yeah, I've gone through it.
he's,
Yeah. But you would notice.
you mean on the streets?
Yes, on the streets. And-
I have not noticed a lot locally.
Well, if you drive over the border from LaGrange into Countryside pre-wets,
Okay.
and their streets are bare in a snow event, and ours, and ours aren't. And I followed, not followed, but I've seen the trucks, and I haven't seen a lot of pre-wedding, and so we invested in all this pre-wedding equipment, and I haven't seen it being used.
Now, pre-wedding, you're not saying is the brine, right?
It is the.
That is the brand.
So I was at this meeting at Countryside.
Sure.
I went to, and the president there said, well, what about using brine? He said, I noticed other places are using brine, and so he made it sound like they weren't using it.
Oh,
And then I learned from
okay.
a professional that the truck costs like I don't know how much, 450,000, some more expensive than a regular salt truck that can be converted into other uses. So, but he was interested in it, but he made it sound like they weren't doing it. But you know, if you saw it,
Okay,
I don't know.
I assume they pre-wetted because
No.
they're pre-salted, and they're not salted.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was,
But in any
a
event,
Countryside or it was a county or a, you know, whoever.
maybe it was Lions Township doing it, but in any event,
It wasn't.
we're not, I didn't see a lot of pre-wedding
Oh,
this year.
okay, so you wanna know about that?
Well, I'd like to know, I'd like to know events, how much, you know, what was their usage? Did they even do it at all? Because I haven't seen it. And we have the pre-wedding equipment.
Mhm.
And we
Wow.
have,
Okay.
and we have the mixing equipment too, so you
Okay.
can mix the pre-wedding agent with the chloride
Mhm.
and it spreads it a lot longer that way. And I haven't seen any of that evidence this year with the new village, public works director.
Because you were watching for it,
I was watching.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, salt is, you know, I mean, it's still out everywhere, right? Even now as things are melting, maybe slightly less, but I still am finding pockets of salt all over. I mean, it was so much snow over so many days. And I think that it's a challenge, how to keep people safe and still salt appropriately. And we haven't figured it out yet, obviously, because there's a lot of salt. There's a lot of salt
Post
everywhere.
office,
We
the
have,
sidewalks around the post
we
Yeah.
have
office
figured it
are
out,
terrible.
but people don't do it.
Don't, right, and they're nervous, right?
And it should be, the biggest thing, it should be cleaned up after the event,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with, I'm sorry,
No,
that's a
go ahead.
tangent, sorry.
Okay, yeah, cleaning up, that's a.
As a
some
dog
people
owner.
don't think about that, right, sweeping it up, I'm.
Right.
sweeping up
After
where I
the
live,
event's
too.
over,
Yeah.
clean it up.
Yeah, but that's something people don't think about, so I think there's more education that we could do. solar program where we will be working with our communications team to promote the upcoming event. So that is it for, staff update. Any old business? Any new business?
Wait, sorry,
Oh, yeah.
sorry, who signed up for May? Can I switch?
Only available.
Because I won't be
What
here.
did you-
John.
You can watch it.
Well, you can watch the
You can watch
recording.
it.
You can watch the recording.
No, but I won't be at EQC the next, in
To
May.
report.
Yeah.
To report
We'll
on.
send the report in.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna switch.
April.
Thank you.
Markovich, May.
So I will be here to report out in June.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Is it time for a comment?
New business, sure. Yeah.
As we talked about on the way in, the devastating news about the endangerment finding. I'm pleased that President Kukler had sent a letter opposing lifting the endangerment finding, but today, as you probably heard, it's gone. So greenhouse gas emissions are not a health problem anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for everybody with
Neither is
asthma.
We need to laugh,
Yeah, it feels, I know, it feels like swimming upstream. I mean, obviously, there are some people that are gonna benefit greatly from that, and then there are a whole bunch of people that are upset about it and still working toward,
It'll go through the
cleaner
courts.
energy, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And Illinois is still good. State
Supportive,
level,
yeah.
Decent. Not as
Well,
good as
there's-
it could be, but pretty good.
But we're way up there.
Are we?
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah. Do you have a comment? Next meeting is March 12th.